So it's probably my first video since around February when I did that wild camp in some kind of like tree thing in it off the back of a field. I think it was like the ground was frozen. It was really cold, sub-zero temperatures, and car that pulled up, sat there forever, and in the end I just had to kind of go to sleep, so I couldn't film much. And then since then I just have been so busy with work and just stuff going on around the house. This is the first opportunity I've had to get out and think about putting together a video. The only camping I've done since is just with my daughter, and we've been to some paid campsites and things. So this is going back to the same place as my first video. The climate's different again. This is the first time I camped in the summer actually, so we'll see how this goes. I wanted to come a lot lighter, so I bought a new pack. It's a 36 litre. My other one's a 75. And I thought it would really force me to just like stop bringing so much crap. I've got this habit of just like bundling everything in and then finding it doesn't fit or the pack's too heavy. I think it's like, you know, I'm quite new to this and I'm not a professional, so it's going to take me a while to figure it out, basically. Figure out what I need to bring, what I don't need to bring. I'm sure I can leave the kitchen sink at home. It feels like I've got that in here. So I've come without a bag, a sleeping bag. Just got the hammock, a coat, which is my substitute for the bag, and we'll see how I'll get on with that. But let's go. Discussing my pack contents earlier as well. I bought this sleeping pad that was really cheap compared to like a Thermarest, but it's got a really high R value, and it surprised me. I got it from I think it's like Lone Wolf 902 is the YouTube channel, and the guy on there reviews a lot of kit, and like he seems impartial enough, doesn't really get given stuff for free from what I can tell, and his reviews are pretty legit. So what the hell is going on with this? There we go. Hang on a sec. There we go. So yeah, he reviewed this same sleeping pad and said it was pretty decent. So I thought I'd try it, and I bought that. And usually I bring, when I'm hammock camping, which is what I'm doing today, I bring the under fleece for the hammock, and that's, well, I used that in those sub-zero temperatures and I was so comfortable. So it seems way better than a sleeping pad. Plus you get the kind of benefit of letting the hammock support your weight and stuff like that. No squeaking around on the rubber pad. But this time, because it's hot, I figured I'd just try bringing less crap and bringing the pad. I'll put that inside the hammock and see how I get on with that. The other thing, no fires this time. We've had so much dry weather in the UK. It would be just ridiculously stupid to start a fire. So I've bought the alcohol stove that I made out of a can. I've tried that a few times now, made coffee on it in the morning in the garden, and it works really well. It'll be the first time I've used it camping. The last time I think I was here, I used the gel, I forget, it's like dragon gel or something like that. Use that stove. It's the fold up one. You can get them on Amazon for like £2, and then the gel is where the money is. They're like £10 for a couple of sachets. They do them in a lot of the outdoor places, so it's really easy to get hold of, and they actually burn for quite a long time for just such a small amount of gel. that you need to put in the thing. And to be fair, it's super light. The stove that I've made is obviously ridiculously light. It's an aluminium can, but you have to bring the methylated spirit. And so I've got like, I think it's about either 500 mils or 330 mils of that. I could probably bring less, but I don't know. Again, how much is the right amount? Somebody tell me for an overnighter. I'll find out tonight by the amount that I bring back and have to carry back. So, learning. What else is new? I don't know, nothing. I wish I'd have done more videos. Like, my intention this year was to do a video a week or something like that. Just get out, go fairly late in the evening, set up and then camp and post it up. But it's just not worked out. We've had so much going on, as I said. It's only just starting to settle down. So hopefully now the weather's starting to cool down again, and we're going to get into autumn time, and there'll be less people out and about at this time of day. So I might have that opportunity to just do more stuff, but I need to find better places. I can't keep doing the same video in the same place all the time. I mean, that would be really boring for me and not very entertaining for you guys. I've got about half a mile to go, so I will catch you in a bit. This is one of my favourite views, coming out of this bit of woodland into this opening, and especially this time of day, it's just epic. I haven't seen it this overgrown though. Like, there's a lot of grass here now, but it's just such a nice view. The trees, everything. I got some good shots last time, and I think I came in more over there. I don't know what happened just now. I must have taken a wrong turn. But hey ho. Do I have to watch out for ticks? Is it tick season? Probably. We'll see. I got a feeling that this track, so this track, it runs all the way up there. And I'm sure this is where they were doing the beating. If not, there's another track that's further in, and they were riding on that one, but it sounded a lot closer than it was. So I'm still like, I don't know, 300 meters from where I camped before, and they were just basically going up and down here. And the thing that makes me think they were further away than what they sounded was that I couldn't see any headlights and it was pitch black. So if they were close by, I would have seen something, and I didn't. So, but this is great. These rubber lined bags are such a pain. Sweet. The stove is, I did it differently. The ones that I made on my other videos, this one I decided to use the top of the can rather than the bottom of the can. So this one's made from a single can, and this one actually burns really well, better than the other one. So I'll probably have to do a video at some point on how to make this one. Let me show you this thing. So you see that? Where are you? There. So unlike the other ones, this one is the top and the bottom of the can, and it's a bit harder to make because the inner skin, it's kind of convex. It's like a cone. It doesn't go straight down like it does in the other one because the top is wider than the bottom. So you have to fiddle around with it and then trim the bottom, but it eventually goes in. But for whatever reason, this one just seems to burn really well. I did put more holes in. So yeah, I'll show you in a second. Let's get this thing lit. So I actually sharpened the back edge of the blade yesterday with a file, so that it works better on the, why have I forgotten the name of this now? Ferro rod. That's it. Anyway, I'm going to switch to the red. So I bought one of these fire pot things. I don't know if you guys have tried these. This one is smoky tomato paella. So I'm going to try that. This thing's nearly boiling. Oh, there it is, boiling out. And it's almost out of fuel. Not quite, but nearly. Oh, there goes my cup of tea. Not enough left. So that'll be going back on. Let's just probably just ruined it. Pinch the pouch at level 5 to mark correct. Pour the boiling water 400 mils. Stir well and seal and let stand for 15 minutes. Right, let's seal it then. There we go. Right, tea. See how much this hot water I've got left. I don't think I've got much. Actually, I've got an old team. Let's have that. That'll be a cup of tea. For now, at least. Wait. That's actually getting hot now.
Morning. Well, that was colder than I expected. It was really warm, probably until about 3 a.m, 4 a.m, and then the temperature just really dropped last night. It ended up being that my legs were cold. My feet were okay because I've got like these thick socks that I put on over the top of my normal socks, and obviously the jacket kept me warm. There was no problem there, but my legs just ended up getting really cold. So I sacrificed my pillow, my hoodie, and put that over my legs, and then I was pretty much fine. And the time's now 10 to 7, that's not too bad. I didn't sleep too badly, considering. Um, yeah, I think investing in either a lightweight sleeping bag that I can fit in this thing, or I was thinking a blanket, ultralight blanket, would have made that so much more comfortable. So yeah, coffee time. I think part of the reason why the temperature dropped was how damp it is in here. I just really wasn't expecting it to be so damp this time of year. The ground's really wet, but there's like like a noticeable dampness in the air when you're breathing it in, and the moisture's just sucking the heat out of everything, and so I think that's really why it got so cold. I mean, it's not too much of a problem, but you just need to bear in mind that the temperature difference it swings quite a big way. So even though I was really hot in the early stages of the evening, it just got so cold. It was like an autumn or spring night. It was that cold. Definitely less than, I'd say it was on, borderline 10 degrees Celsius, easily. I don't have a thermometer to prove it, but I've slept outside in fields and things like that in 15-degree heat, and it's been fine. So I can tell the difference between that and last night.
I think I've mentioned before about the Greek style coffee or Lebanese Turkish style coffee, where you boil or bring to the boil the water with the coffee already in it. The coffee grinds, and then you pour that into a cup. And the idea is you let it settle and then drink the coffee without filtering it or anything like that. And then you should be left with a very fine residue in the bottom. It's really easy to make coffee in that way, and it actually tastes really good and strong without having too much caffeine in it. I'm just going to do that now, but I do have a filter. So rather than boil the water, add that to coffee granules in the filter, I'm just going to slowly bring or heat the water with the coffee in it. Before it boils, take it off, pour that into the uh, coffee filter. I've got one of those AeroPresses, and then let it stew in there for a bit and see how that comes out. Let's try that. I always use 2 filters in these AeroPresses. I find with just one filter paper, it filters through too quickly, so you never get a chance to actually press the coffee. So we'll see. I always put the grounds in the top and just carry them in the hopper part of this thing. I don't see any reason to have them in a separate container. You can just use this thing as a container, and it's ready to grind as soon as you get it out. So I don't see any point of fannying about putting it in a little pot and transferring it and stuff. So this is just much easier. It uses less space as well. So. And there's a window on the side of this thing so you can see how much you're grinding. So it's not like you have to grind the whole lot or measure the amount of beans you want to put in. Just grind until you've got enough granules in the bottom. You don't do the whole lot. So you can usually get, I've had what, 4 cups out of one of these. So yeah, you don't need to make it complicated. Something I definitely forgot to bring was my woolly hat. Could have really used that last night. Luckily the Rab had a hood, so it wasn't too bad. Very sweet. I can see how they got 600 calories in there, mostly just sugar. Not a big fan of sweet stuff. You can taste the fruit at least. There's bits of dried fruit in here, but the underlying flavour, if you can call it a flavour, is just sugar. Let's get packed away then. The storage ran out on my phone, so while I've been walking, I've just been deleting some stuff. Try and free up some space, just so I can close out. Thanks for watching. If you stuck around this long, you know, really appreciate it. I'm going to try and improve the content as I go. I'm sure I'll come up with new ideas for videos, for content. I just don't want to redo too much of what everyone else has done. I mean, the camping bit's obvious, you can't avoid that part, but I mean, there are a million different videos for knots and things like that, so there's just no point in me regurgitating that stuff. But I do have, you know, some of the content in this video, I do have some of my own ideas on variations of those knots that just make things a little bit easier and make it so that your paracord can be reused rather than having to keep chopping more of it off when you make knots that you can't undo. So yeah, stay tuned. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment. You know the drill. If you've watched many videos like this one, and yeah, hopefully I'll be back a lot sooner than it took me to get back on this video, but see you soon. Look what I just found. More breakfast. Ciao.